Greetings from Bony Tony. Today I'm going to do a little song, okay? It's not one of my own, hang on. In case you thought it was. Are you going to Scarborough Fair? Parsley, sage, rosemary and thyme. Right, that's enough of that. It's time, the subject of today's talk, lecture, boring rant, call it what you will. What time is it now? Can't work out the mirror time. Just gone 1:05. That's interesting. 2 1s. Anyway, never mind. That's not that interesting. So, time. Now, does it exist? Well, no. So, if you think it does, you can tune out now. And also, well, I don't know. All right, so why doesn't time exist? It does, doesn't it? You know, you get up at 7 o'clock in the morning, you set the alarm, and you go to bed at 11 o'clock. Those are real things. Those times are real. If we didn't abide by them, our lives would fall apart. But that doesn't mean they exist. They are imaginary. Work isn't real. I mean, getting food is real, but is work real? No, it's something we invented, really. And we get paid with money, which also isn't real. And so on and so on. I was going to say, like, the status of boss and sort of underling isn't real, but it kind of is. That part, I think, is real. Because, like, you have status in animal communities as well. And so on and so on. So some things might be real, but one thing that isn't real is time. Life begins and ends, but that doesn't prove the existence of time. Time wasn't there before we invented it. I mean, like, you might say time exists, like clocks exist, but clocks don't float around in space. They weren't there before the humans evolved, nor were they there on Earth before, when the dinosaurs ruled the planet. They didn't, regulate their lives by clocks. They didn't have minutes, seconds, nanoseconds, grandma seconds, or anything like that. But they managed without it, yes, as do rocks, planets, black holes, and so on and so on. They all manage without time, don't they? And they're not aware of the existence of time. So that proves that it's not a real thing, it's just something that we invented, like words. I mean, words exist. The things that I'm saying exist, they are words. But they don't float around in space. They don't actually exist, really. Just like an invention of mankind, like this smartphone, or, in fact, that clock and the times, the hours and the minutes on that clock do not really exist. They're all in our imagination. Like, for instance, concepts like communism, that doesn't really exist. Nothing, of that type does. It's nonsense made up by man. It's just time, just kind of like, and woman, time just kind of helps us to, and other bits in between. Time just kind of like helps us to order our lives. It's like same as a toaster does. It makes it easier to make toast because it's a toaster. It's easier than opening the grill and putting the bread on the grill in the oven or toasting it over an open fire. It's just hard work, isn't it? So you get a toaster to make life easier. Well, time makes life easier, makes it easier to organise all our invented nonsense that we do to get this invented money. But like I say, the status isn't invented. You're either a powerful person or you're not. Anyway, so what else can I say about time? I mean, it's not going back to Laura. Let's accept the concept of time. People think it's linear, but it can be bent like a banana. Bent like a banana. That's an example of something that's bent. I thought it'd be good to a visual aid. Boris probably wouldn't approve because it's a bendy banana. But time isn't always. If you accept, talk about the concept now because I've just said it doesn't really exist. The concept of space-time, maybe you could argue, perhaps, but not time. So they shouldn't really have the word time in space-time because it's misleading. But anyway, gravity apparently affects time, so it makes it bend like a banana. What else? Oh yeah, I wanted to do a demonstration of the sands of time, so I'm just going to have to put the camera down. Sands of time. Right, here we go. So I've got this the wrong way around. So there you go, a nice. I haven't got an egg timer, so I thought I'd use an egg cup. Let's see that nice Irish man. So I've got 2 egg cups, and I'm going to pour the sands of time. Oh, hang on, I need to see that one. That's Amsterdam. Yeah, I'm going to pour the sands of time from the one egg cup into the other to show how. Can you see? It's no good if you can't see the flipping sands of time. Sands of time run out, and so on and so on and so on. But anyway, they don't run out. So I just wanted to do a visual demonstration. They don't run out because they don't exist. There is no such thing as the sands of time, because time does not exist because it's a made-up thing. Our lives run out, but they don't run out of time. We just decay. Like natural things decay, rocks decay. I mean, the Wales, the mountains in Wales, in Snowdonia, used to be as tall as Mount Everest. Well, look at them now. You know, you can walk up some of them with your dog dead easy, you know, without breaking a sweat. They've eroded over time. But, no, that's just decay. That's just, what's the word, atrophy, dispersion of, like, atoms from one place to another. Anyway, so I don't know what else. Oh, yeah, like, here's another visual aid. This is a Picasso. Which way is up? Which way is up? A Picasso-esque. No, sorry. A Dali-esque bent clock. I don't know what that signifies, except that, again, like the banana, perhaps time is not as rigid as people think. Well, it's even less rigid than that, mate. Salvador, mate, it doesn't even exist. Know what I'm saying? I've got another visual aid. Hang on, the world, time zones in the world, yeah. Again, they had to be invented like lines of longitude and latitude, didn't they? They weren't there when the dinosaurs ruled the earth. They weren't there. We put them there to make, as the world was discovered and we kind of travelled by ship around the world, and now it's plane and what have you, or it was before COVID. So yeah, they were put there just to make the world more, so that you knew what time it was in Tokyo, same as you knew what time it was in London, because they couldn't be at the same time because the world turns, and you'd have you can't have Tokyo saying it according to London time it's like 8 o'clock, it's 12 o'clock midday, but it's actually the middle of the night. So you can't have that, so you have to have invented ways of making it all fit together like a jigsaw puzzle, which is another example of an invented thing by man, not real. Okay, so I hope that's clarified the fact that time doesn't exist. And with that, I'm just going to say, Bony Tony rather, is just going to say goodbye for now, chums. Enjoy the rest of your time.